If there's one thing the Googans are notorious for out there on the water, well, that's having a good time. But another thing they're notorious for out there on the water, that's running into or hitting things. Welcome back, crew, to this episode of Googans of the Week. Fortunately, these Googans came up a little bit short. Speaking of Googans hitting things, how about the old Googans out there on the jet ski hitting the other boaters with their wake? But don't worry, sometimes the Googans will get their payback when you run into them a little bit further down the line.
What happens? Down. Look at this. Oh, yeah, that ain't good. Daddy's probably gonna be pretty mad at that one.
This Googan definitely looks deflated from the hit he took on this one, but again, probably should have been a little more careful in the no-wake zone. And speaking of no-wake zone, sometimes the no-wake zone will hit back as well when the Googan's least expecting it. Now, the Googan doesn't always hit things with the boat, sometimes it's something else. And as we mentioned earlier, the Googans are famous for having a good time on the water, and then they're also famous for hitting things on the water. Sometimes the Googan will combine the two and decide they're gonna hit themselves while they're out there having a good time on the water, kind of like our Googan will show right here.
Go for it. Don't fall again. Ready?
Now, I will put a small disclaimer in here. I'm not sure how many of you have ever tried this, but if you've ever tried jumping off the tower of a boat that's rocking in wake, it actually is a whole lot more difficult than it appears. Now, while our Googan here is not necessarily going to hit anything with the boat or the truck, he's just going to get stuck hitting the gas a whole lot, attempting to try and get out.
Rally tires? Can you get rally tires for a truck? Make a lot of money if you just like set up a big post in the ground, put a winch on it,
yeah,
and then you just rent it out.
Charge people every single time.
It's like half the people here would have to pay you more than that.
Now, one thing the Googans are not shy on hitting you about, that's going to be their favorite outboard motor. The Googan who's out there, every single one of them's got their favorite outboard brand, and they are definitely going to show you and let you know which brand's their favorite, kind of like our guy does right here. Apparently, this Googan's a Suzuki guy. You know, I always knew manatees loved it when they could get their hands on some fresh water, but this has got to be more of an artisanal blend for sure right here. Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Benicio, Island Girl Charters, J Gotta 7, Junior 1287, Shane Kierman, Steph Olivia, and Tank Shizmic did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.